Good morning. Wow, that sounds lovely. A long, long time ago, before Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, people lived on this land, as far up north as the Inuit and down south into the Aztec region, east to where the Wampanoag were, and west to the Apache. This was known as Turtle Island, la isla de la tortuga. La isla de la tortuga? What do you mean, Turtle Island? Why, they believed that there was a great big water. And in this vast water, a great big turtle, una tortuga, estaba nadando, swimming in the water. And on the turtle's back, en la espalda, there was land. And on that land, there were trees, árboles, and animals, animales, and you and me, the people. La isla de la tortuga. What water might that have been? Why, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, of course, and the Caribbean. La isla de la tortuga. They believed in the four directions and honoring east, west, north, south. Because if you were balanced with each other, you needed to be balanced within yourself. And you needed to root down into the earth and balance with the planet. Mother Earth, Pachamama. In the region that we call Mexico in Central America, there were the Mayan people. And the Maya believed in the gods, los dioses. And the gods created everything. They created us out of mud. They created us out of corn, they say. They created all things, animal, plants, and then they said it is good. Oh, but they forgot something very important. Se nos olvidó un mensajero, a messenger. Who will send the messages between us and the people and us? One more. But there was no more corn and there was no more mud. So they fashioned a piece of jade, jade, and they created an arrow. And they blew life into that arrow, and out came the hummingbird. El colibrí era muy bonito, so beautiful with its beautiful wings, iridescent purple, turquoise, blues, and greens. It is good you shall be the messenger that will send all the messages down to the people and bring their messages up to us. When the people met el colibrí, the hummingbird, they thought it was so beautiful. They wanted to catch it. No one can catch the hummingbirds. It is forbidden to cage a hummingbird, for he has the most beautiful job. And so the people did not try to catch a hummingbird. But they said that if you saw a hummingbird coming around, that most likely it is a message coming from the other world, maybe a loved one that brings a message from beyond to you. And you can whisper back, so they'll take your message off to your loved one in the beyond. The colibrí flaps its wings 80 times per second. But it doesn't flap, it's a figure 8. And its heartbeat beats 1,200 times per minute. It's the only bird that can fly and hover and fly backwards. That colibrí, he does not just stay in the Mayan region in Central America. He comes up north to where we are. I live in Chicago. We have hummingbird up there. I'm sure you have hummingbirds here. The tsunum flies all the way down south and down past the Central America into South America, where we call Brazil. There are a people called the Guarani people. And the Guarani people live on the land. And there, they tell a story that also has a hummingbird. But this story also has a jaguar. So I brought my ancient Aztec, a replica, of the ancient Aztec jaguar death whistle. This is a carved out image of a jaguar head with a human inside. the human head. While this is a Guarani story, I introduced it with the power of the jaguar. There was a great fire in the Amazons. And as the fire was growing and growing, the animals began to run far away. As they flew, running far, fast, the jaguar looked, and there he saw a hummingbird. El colibrí. Pare, colibrí, you're going the wrong way. Se va a quemar, you're going to burn yourself. But the colibrí was so fast, he flew back towards the fire. He's going to burn himself, but the jaguar moved fast out of the fire. And then he saw that colibrí must have felt the flames, for he was coming back out, leaving the fire. Good. We will get out together, my friend. We will get out. And then he saw him again a little while later. ¿Pa dónde va? Estás loco, you're crazy. But the hummingbird was flying so fast he didn't see him or hear his cries. The jaguar thought, he must not be well. He's not going to survive. His little wings are going to get singed and burned. But soon enough, the colibrí was coming back out, flying quick, and he felt so happy. But wouldn't you believe it? He coming back, and this time the jaguar called out, "Wait! What are you doing? You're going to burn yourself in the fire. Are you crazy?" And the jaguar looked up, and the hummingbird spit out water and said, "I'm bringing water to the trees. I must protect my home. I must protect my home from the fire. My home is all I have." And the jaguar, "You silly little bird, what are you doing? You can't fight that giant fire." But the little colibrí said, "I must do my part, for my home needs me. We can all do our part." And he went again and got more water in his beak and came flying quick into the fire to put out the fire. Why, the gods were watching. And they were so moved by the heart of the colibrí, of the little hummingbird, that they sent down a great rainstorm and put out the fire. Colorín colorado, ese cuento se ha acabado. Little ones can do great things. When you cross past the Panama Canal, you arrive to my family's home, Colombia, where Mommy and Papi moved well before that they had me, even before they got married. And they came north for more opportunities. And a long, long time ago, back when there was no electricity, no buildings on Turtle Island, the people, the Embera people, speak of a time where the sun filled up the sky. It was so hot and so bright that they all said, "Ay, qué calor." And the cacique, the king of the town, the people, el cacique, would sit there eating, watching the people work. And a little boy named Oro worried for his mother, his father, his siblings, for his aunts and uncles. Everyone worked so hard. He thought, somebody must shrink the sun so that my family doesn't have to work so hard. Or maybe they could work, but it won't be so hot. And so he made his way to the chief of the town, el cacique, and he said, "Please, great chief, you must shrink the sun so that it won't be so hot." Ay, Niño Oro, you are so small and fanciful. No one can shrink the sun. And he laughed at him and sent him on his way. And El Niño Oro did not like being laughed at. And so he decided he must take matters into his own hands. And he got a satchel. And he filled it with pebbles and stones. And he tied it up. And then he got his cauchera, his slingshot, his cauchera. In Colombia, we have something called guadua, which is like a rubber tree. And he fastened it to his little satchel and he started to walk up the Andean mountains, up high into the mountains to where the sun took up the whole sky and it was so hot. And he pulled out a stone and aimed it at the sky. And it was so hot he didn't see anything. He tried again. Something shiny fell. He tried it again. Sure enough, he saw something gold and fiery flying from the sky, and he spent all day sending stones up, and soon enough the fire was flying down in small stone and pebble sizes, and the people of the village began to run because there was fire falling from the sky and they hid among the caves, and those golden pieces fell on the river's edge and on their homes and along the quarries, and when they came back out, the sun had shrunk. And then Niño Oro walked down the mountain, the Andean mountain, and arrived to the town, and the people were calling, Oro, Oro, Oro. They took him to the foot of El Cacique, and there El Cacique said, you may be small, but you are brave to take on the sun. Maybe you are not so silly, maybe you are smart. They placed on his head a crown of those golden stones that fell from the sky. And they named them Oro in honor of the little boy who saved them from the sun. Oro is gold in Spanish. I never heard that story growing up of El Cacique and El Niño Oro. There were so many stories I never heard. I love the Three Little Pigs, and this weekend I may tell that story, and I tell the pants off that story. And I may tell the Little Red Hen, because I love that story too. But these stories I'd never heard before that are from South and Central America, they bring me great joy to learn about the richness and how they explained the way that things are. Pourquoi tales explain how things came to be. And when I was a little girl, I didn't quite feel like I was from here or from there. Because when I was in Chicago, I was a little Colombian girl. And when I went to Colombia, I was la gringa. Because my Spanish was not so good. And when I was a little girl, everybody had sleepovers. Mommy, can I please have a sleepover? No, yo no conozco esa gente. And she was right, she didn't know those people. You see, my mom only spoke Espanol, so she didn't know the kids at my school or who their parents were, and she couldn't really talk to them to find out. So she said, usted en casa ajena no se va a quedar. You are not straying in a stranger's house. Oh, man. She'd take me to the birthday parties, but she'd pick me up before bedtime. But one year, she said I could have a sleepover. Ooh, Mommy, I want to invite everyone in my class. 3, Jasmin. Invité 3. Only 3, entonces nadie. Okay, 3. I want to invite Jenny, my Irish and Italian-American best friend. I want to invite Lisette, my Colombian and Mexican-American best friend. And I want to invite Jisha, my African-American best friend. And my mom said, okay, Mommy, we need to eat cheese pizza because that's what my friends like. Ay, cheese pizza. Eso es tan cursi, Jasmin. Algo más especial. Mommy, nothing more special, just cheese pizza. Okay, vamos a ver. The day of the party came, and I was putting up streamers, hanging up balloons, and getting everything ready when ding-dong, the doorbell rang. Oh, somebody's early. I opened the door. Jenny, you're early. No, I'm not. I'm on time. My dad's always on time. It's 5 o'clock. I'm on time. Okay, come on. You can help me decorate. She started helping me put up the balloons and the streamers, and then ding-dong, the doorbell rang, and in came my aunts. And my tía looked at me. Ay, Jasmin, usted sí que está muy flaquita. ¿Usted por qué no come? Si no come, no vas a crecer. Y si no creces, ¿qué vas a pasar? In Colombia, we speak fast. I looked at Jenny, and her face was red. Are you okay, Jenny? What's wrong? Do they speak English? Oh, yeah, they speak English. Davidcito, I said to my cousin, will you say something to Jenny in English? And he looked at her. Cool, dude. See, they speak English. She felt much better. And that's when ding-dong, the doorbell rang, and in came Jisha. Hey, Jish. Hey, I want to play a game. What you got to play, Jazz? And I called out, let's play Loteria. Loteria is one of my favorite games. She's like, Lota what? I said, loteria. It's really easy. I'm going to call out a card like La Luna, and if you have it, then you're going to put an M&M there. We're not playing with frijoles like my grandma. Those beans, we'll play with chocolate. And if you get them down or across or at an angle, you call out loteria. And she's like, so this is Mexican bingo? No. Geez, it's loteria. All right. Mexican bingo. I got it. Geez, I'm not Mexican, remember? Oh, Colombian bingo. Yeah, got it. So I started to call out, El Sol, the sun, and she had it, and so she put it on there. And then I pulled out La Sirena, the mermaid. And Jisha's like, Jazz, how come she's naked? I said, she's not naked, she's wearing shells. That mermaid should be wearing more than shells. I said, no, she doesn't need anything else more than shells. She's a mermaid, G. She lives in the water. Sister Wickheiser ain't gonna like you playing with naked cards. You see, we went to a Catholic school, and Sister Wickheiser was our nun teacher. And she did not approve of nudity. Don't worry, G. Let's just keep playing. I called out another card, El Borracho. And she's like, Jazz, he looks like a drunk. Has he been drinking? Well, yeah, that's the town drunk. His name is El Borracho. Oh, you're playing with drunk cards and naked cards? Oh, Sister Wickheiser is going to take you to task. No, you can't tell Miss Sister Wickheiser. I don't want to get in trouble, Geesh. I started getting real nervous. I said, let's just keep playing. Come on, let's keep playing. And then I called out, El Diablito! Oh, the devil is up in this card game! And sure enough, he was a fire red devil card, bright on a yellow background. And Jeesh was so excited. Sister Wickheiser, we gotta show her. And my eyes were getting big, all like red and nervous. I didn't want to cry at my own birthday party, but I didn't want to get in trouble with Sister Wickheiser. And that's when, ding dong, Lisette walked in the door. And Lisette looked at me, she's like, Jazz, what's the matter? Why are you crying? And she's like, look, Jazz is playing with the devil and the naked mermaid and even a drunk guy. And Lisette said, Geesh, that's loteria. I play that with my grandma. You play with these cards too? Well, yeah, we all do. It's a fun game. I play with my mom and my grandma and my aunts. What? And sure enough, Chisha was really good at loteria because once she got past those couple of cards, she had a big old pile of M&Ms because she always played bingo on Sunday at the rectory. Well, everyone was getting hungry, and Jazz said, Jazz, do we have anything to eat? I said, yeah, cheese pizza, come on. In my old house, to get to the kitchen where the cheese pizza would have been from the living room, you had to walk through the dining room. And so we started to hightail it over to the kitchen, and when we got into the dining room, everyone stopped. There, on the dining room table, was a great big pig with an apple in its mouth, sunglasses on, and flowers around its neck. Ew, you got a dead pig up in here. Chisha was so grossed out. And Jenny was like, pig. And Lisette was looking totally unimpressed. I don't want to eat lechon. You eat that gross thing, Chisha said. I said, yeah, but usually at Christmas or New Year's, not my birthday. Mom. I called my mom in. She walked in and she saw Jisha totally grossed out, Jenny hiding behind the chairs, and Lisette looking totally unimpressed. And she said, ¿Qué pasó? Mire, le compré lechón para su cumpleaños. Es especial. Mom, I don't want anything special. Where's the cheese pizza? And she could see that we were in big trouble. Jisha was starting to get kind of crazy about the dead pig. And she said, okay, go outside. I make pizza. Outside. Go play. We went out while my mom put a frozen pizza in the oven. And when we got to the yard, my dad was standing on top of the roof of the garage, holding onto a rope. And on the other end of the rope, my uncle was standing inside the back window of the first floor. And in the middle, there was a great big sun. What do you use for fiestas? Piñatas. But when I was a little girl, you couldn't walk to Target. You couldn't drive over to Target and get a piñata because Targets didn't exist. And you could only go to like the little corner stores that were like Mexican-owned or Guatemalan, and they would make it for you. And so my girlfriends had never had a piñata at their party. And so she's like, oh, can I have it when you're done with it? You're not going to want it when we're done with the Gish. And Jenny's like, oh, can I hang it in my room? We'll see. And sure enough, when my brother got the blindfold on, and the great big stick, and he started swinging in the sky, Jenny said, you're gonna break it, be careful. I said, just get ready, said Lisette. And sure enough, 1, 2, all of the candy was everywhere, and they started grabbing it. Oh, Snickers. Oh, yum, I want a lollipop. And that's when the music started. Everyone started dancing, and I said, you guys, you want to learn how to dance salsa? It's really easy. If you want to learn how to dance, stand on up with me. All you're going to do is go forward, together, back, together. Forward, together, back, together. ¡Epa! No es igual a lo que como yo. No es igual a lo que tomo yo. It's not the same as what I eat at home. It's not the same as what I drink at home. A mí me gustan todos los sabores. A mí me gustan todos los colores. I really like all the different flavors. Good job, Chish. And you can go side to side too. No es igual a lo que hablo yo. No es igual a lo que pongo yo. It's not the same as what I eat at home. It's not the same as what I wear at home. A mí me gustan todos los sabores. Shisha and Lisette and everybody was dancing. And I said, oh, you guys, you're doing such a good job. And that's when my cousin came around with a plate of all that pig food, you know? And he said, guys, are you hungry? You can have a seat. Good job. I said, you don't want to keep dancing? We'll eat. Shisha's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Can I have those rice and beans? I don't know if you're going to want that. Are you sure you want that? She said, yeah, I want that, rice and beans. I said, Mom, Jisha wants to eat what Davidito's eating. And my mom said, okay. She came over with those plates of food and everyone was eating. And Jish said, wow, these are delicious. I ain't never had rice and beans that taste like this. I said, they're good, right? And Lisette said, I thought you didn't want to eat lechon. This is that dead pig up in your house? Yeah. My mom looked at them and Jenny, and I said, I thought she said it was yummy. She said, it is pretty good. They finished those plates of food and they were full, and I said, you guys, I'm glad you like the lechon. It's my mom's specialty. And my mom looked over, all the music was happening. She said, oh my gosh, mire la hora, look at the time. Girls, go put your pajamas on. So we went upstairs to put our pajamas on, and as we were walking away from the party and into our house, my mom was calling out, ¿Quieren chocolate caliente? Hey, do you guys like hot chocolate? Yeah? Jisha said, I like Swiss Miss. Jenny said, do you have Hershey's? And Lisette said, I like strawberry quick. Get dressed, guys, get dressed. And my mom was standing over the stove with a chocolatera. And she was holding this, a bolinillo, and she was doing this movement. And Jisha said, is your mama mad? I said, no, she's making hot chocolate, Jish. I ain't ever had any hot chocolate like this. And my mom poured it in those little porcelain cups that are real delicate. And she said, soplen. Blow on it, guys, blow on it. Oh, it's hot, but it's yummy. I smell cinnamon, said Jenny. Yeah, it's good. This hot chocolate is so different, but it's so delicious. That night, I went to sleep so worried that everybody was going to be talking about how weird my party was with the pig and the naked mermaid, and how crazy that we all danced and there was no TV on, and how strange the hot chocolate was. But everybody was talking about how fun the party was and how delicious the food had been and how fun the game was. And everybody wanted to come to my birthday party the next year, because different doesn't mean bad. Different just means different. Thank you.